YouTube Shinobi here, and it is vlog time once again. I promised that there would be a second vlog this month to address all of the things that were in the survey, because there's some pretty cool stuff in there that I do want to talk about, and results that are kind of weird and a little bit contradictory, but we will get to that. Real quick, I do want to unbox this Oki Yami Yami box that I got in the mail today, or technically tomorrow, because it's past midnight now. It was a very long day, so to speak. Car broke down. Well, not broke down, but car was running bad, so he brought the car in, and we just picked it up earlier today / yesterday, and that took a while, and it was a lot of hecticness and stuff. So I'm glad that is behind us, and hopefully the car runs nice and smooth. So straight up right away, we have S.H.Figuarts Black Beat. Which is very cool. I know I never got a chance to look at Blue Beat, even though y'all were like, look at Blue Beat, and I'm like, okay, and I never did it, because I just inadvertently lie to everyone all the time. So, get that out of the way. Here is Black Beat. That is a very beautiful box. Very beautiful box. So I will get him open. I will review those. I absolutely promise you I will review those. I just don't know when. Hopefully sooner rather than later. So, what else do we got? What's this? Is this the lock seat set? I believe this is the lock seats. This should be the capsule armored rider lock seat sets. The Gaim, Baron, Ryugen, and Zangetsu set. Paper's falling on me. Wow, that was awful. I wish you could have saw that. So this is also a very pretty box. That's a nice little sparkly box. This one's definitely a keeper. So we have Gaim, Baron, Ryugen, Zangetsu. Their logos on the side. That's really nice. This came out a while ago. Like, this came out at the very beginning of March, so it feels like it's incredibly old by now. Speaking of stuff that is out, the Dragon Fruit's Energy Lock Seed. I didn't realize Oki's shipment was actually in with the April shipment, not the March shipment. So it's not in this box, so I won't get it until the end of April. So that one's going to be quite a bit delayed for me, so just letting you guys know ahead of time. We have a box of 66 Action Kamen Rider Series 5. Have yet to review 4, or the DBZ set, or the Ultraman set. Again, I will get to those too. There's a lot going on my channel right now. It's hard to do all of these while still doing all of the Sentai, all of the Rider, and all of the Power Rangers. So it's a little bit difficult to get to everything, but I'm trying the best I can. So this includes a set of 3 Machin Chaser, 3 Ryuki, 2 O's Tajador, and 2 Kamen Rider Blacks. So, set for me, there's an extra set and then 2 additional extras. But I think one of my buddies is taking some. So whatever I don't have, I will combine with the set 4 extras that I have, the DBZ extras I have, and the Ultraman extras I have, and I'll put those up for sale. So keep an eye out for those. This is, I'm so happy for this. This is the Toad Wii Remote. With the blue back, white front, red buttons, the Toad logo. Toad is my jam. I love Toad. He is my favorite Mario character for sure. So I'm really glad he got an amiibo. I'd really love a Captain Toad amiibo. Like, really, really, really bad. But, so I picked up the Toad Wii Remote. I didn't think we would get it over here. We still haven't got the Yoshi one, and then a Bowser one was released alongside Toad that we probably won't get either. So I figured it was safer just to import. Plus it was cheaper. It was actually cheaper to import this by probably about $5 or $6 than buying an actual domestic Wii Remote. So that's how we're doing now. I got some Pokemon TCG stuff for my buddy. Some Mega Rayquaza sleeves and a Mega Rayquaza deck box. So those are pretty cool. So I'll have to give those to him. I did not realize this was so small. But we'll take a look at that in a minute. We got another Ultraman vinyl. Ultraman Victory Knight. Ultraman Victory's new form from his kind of mini-series thing that he's got going on right now. But I bought this. I didn't realize this was this small. And I'm kind of upset I paid like $6 for this or something, but it's really stupid. It's a Tomica product, the little kind of miniatures. Tomica makes cars, and they sponsored a Rescue Force and Rescue Fire. Those were all Tomica. But, so they have a line of Pokemon-related releases, and this is it's a strong arm. It's like a steam shovel bulldozer sort of thing, but it is done in the style of Mega Charizard Y. And I thought that was really cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this right now. Like I said, I did not realize these were this small. I could have just looked on the page. I'm sure the measurements are on the page that I just neglected to look at. But that still caught me quite a bit off guard. A little instruction book. So here it is, the little miniature. It does have rubber treads. Those are really cool. I collected a lot of these kind of things when I was a little kid. But here is the Mega Charizard Y. Little steam shovel bulldozer thing. I don't know what to call these. I'll just call it a strong arm, because that's what's on the package. There's really nothing tying this to Mega Charizard Y. You could easily just say that this is normal Charizard, honestly. But that's really cool. It'll make a nice little desk thing. So I dig that. I didn't see any other Pokemon ones up when I picked this up. But I might try to see what other sort of Pokemon releases they have with these. So, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Whatever. We got some more movie posters. And then at the very bottom is the thing that I hold most in this box, for sure. So we have movie posters for, this should be Terminator Genesis. Right there we got Terminator Genesis, the Hoopa Pokemon movie. Poster right there. Pat Labor, The Next Generation movie. And Sky Mission. I don't know what Sky Mission is. Join the family. I don't want to join the family. So this is a movie. The Rock's in it. Oh, it's freaking Fast and Furious. So it's Fast and Furious 7. Okay. I'm stupid. Never mind. Ignore me. But finally, the last thing in this box, and the thing I am most excited for, is the Detail of Heroes book for Kamen Rider Game. I love the Detail of Heroes books. For those of you that don't know what these are, they're basically suit porn, as we call them. So you've got like these beautiful, beautiful pictures of all of the suits and bikes and everything from the entire series. This goes up to, this even has the, was it a Hyper Battle video in it? The fresh orange arms. It's got that in it. Wow, it even has the Gaiden ones. Tyrant, Eden, whatever. Battleron Apple, Zangetsu Watermelon. It even has those. I was not expecting it to have those. That is great. They're tinier pictures. They aren't full-on Detail of Heroes level pictures. But, they got a pretty decent amount in there. And the rider arms, all the movie ones don't have huge, beautiful pictures on there. But they're still present, and I appreciate that greatly. Jam, Kamuro, they all have some pretty good pictures. All the rider locks are in here. So these are just a very beautiful line of books. For those that don't know, they have Hibiki and Kabuto as EX releases. And then they officially started numbering them with Den-O. So they have one for Den-O, Kiva, New Den-O, which covers all of the Den-O movies after the series, Decade, Double O's, Forze, and Wizard. So they have everything that has been released since Den-O. So Very beautiful line of books that I absolutely recommend picking up if your favorite part of Rider is like the suits. This is the book line for you for sure. So now that has taken 10 minutes somehow, I will go ahead and get started with the rest of what I wanted to talk about here. The poll results. And I'm looking right at my computer, so if I'm not kind of looking at the camera, I apologize for that, but all my notes are right here on the computer. So obviously, first off, I was just really curious, how did you originally find my channel? A random YouTube search just immediately blew everything out of the water, which I was fully expecting. I wasn't expecting much of the other categories to pop up. For what series do you come to my channel? Vlogs actually got a lot more hits than I anticipated. I know I left that one free to select as many as you want, but I was surprised on how many people actually picked the vlogs. But Super Sentai was actually the overall winner with the most people selecting it. However, despite Sentai getting the overall winner for what series do you come to my channel for, Kamen Rider won for what series do you most often come to my channel with 44%. There was 159 survey entries altogether, by the way. So this is my data is off of 159 people. So 44% of you said you come to my channel most often for Kamen Rider, which was surprising given the results of the last question and the next question. So I was definitely a little bit surprised by that. Also, especially because my Super Sentai Power Rangers and those videos generally get more views than my Rider stuff does. But the people who took the survey most often came to my channel for Rider. So that was a little bit surprising to me. Super Sentai and Power Rangers combined got 42%. However, separately they were kind of in the 20s together. So that was just a little bit surprising, especially for the fourth question. What classification of toys do you most often come to my channel? And you got to select two. The top was actually Mecha and Megazords, which 62% of you voted for. And that surprised me, given the fact that most often people came to my channel for Rider. It was mostly the coming to my channel for Rider that surprised me. Power Rangers is my biggest view count by far. And Sentai and Rider kind of balance each other out. Sometimes Sentai's more, sometimes Rider more. It really depends on what's popular that year. So that's back and forth. That didn't surprise me a whole lot, but the fact that Mecha blew everything out of the water, and then Kamen Rider was still the winner, just surprised me a little bit. 32% of you did vote for transformation items, so morphers, henshin belts, things like that. That didn't surprise me. I was expecting a lot of turnout for that. Number 5 was, what toy lines do you most like to see me review? Or what would most like to see me review? Transformers won abundantly with 41%. Bionicle was actually second with 31, and World of Nintendo was at 30. And you got to select multiples, so you're going to get numbers over 100. If everyone's like, oh, that math doesn't add up, that's because I'm adding survey results, and you've got to select more than one, so the numbers are going to be a little bit weird. But TMNT only got 29%, which was a little bit surprising to me, because I usually got good views on the 2 TMNT videos I've put up so far. But Other got 16%, and I got a couple suggestions in there. Garo doesn't really have a toy line outside of the Makai Kato figures. And those kind of are lumped in with the Figuarts for me in being low priority. So it's a thing to suggest. Gundam got 3. I don't watch anything Gundam related, though I might watch Build Fighters pretty soon. But Gundam won't happen. 2 people mentioned Marvel and DC stuff. I don't really collect anything Marvel and DC. A couple odds and end figures here or there maybe, but I'm getting the Avengers Figuarts, so I might take a look at those. But Marvel Select or Marvel Legends or whatever the heck the line is right now, DC, whatever. I don't pay attention to comic figures, honestly. So I can't say anything about those. Skylanders was one. I don't even buy Skylanders anymore. Amiibo was one. I did want to review Amiibo, but they came out right around the same time Dino Charge hit. And so they got kind of swamped back there, and then I had the whole hospital thing happen. So the Amiibos never really happened. I still have them. I could still look at them. They won't have their packaging anymore. But it's a thing that could happen, but I highly doubt it. Halo Mega Blocks, I don't buy anything with those, except for the one that I got in that arcade block. That's the only one I got. Digimon, the toy line died, and there's no toy line in Japan. I do want to take a look at the original color Digivice and the Tag and Crests when I get those in, but outside of that, Digimon doesn't have a toy line right now, so I can't look at it. Precure actually got mentioned twice. I've thought about it. I've really thought about it, but again, it's that situation where I want to be buying toys that I enjoy and have longevity to my enjoyment, and I don't think Precure would really do that. I am collecting the Sweet Precure and Doki Doki Precure Figuarts, so we will be taking a look at those, but outside of the Figuarts, I wouldn't expect anything Precure to pop up. Funko Pops, just don't really have an interest in reviewing those. I have some. I just don't have an interest in reviewing those. LBX is something that I did a while back, but again, those were low priority and they got swept away by all the Toku product that Bandai is regurgitating out of their bum. So I could look at it again in the future, especially since they just announced that Double, the second series, is actually going to get dubbed in Aaron Nicktoons, which is kind of exciting, but the Sprue Kits line seems to have died, so I don't know what's going on with that. But it's something that I could bring back for sure, but again, low priority, it's not really my focus. Someone did mention Yokai Watch. I have not imported anything Yokai Watch, I have not played anything Yokai Watch, and I stopped watching Yokai Watch after the second episode because that subgroup that was doing it stopped. When it comes over here to the US, I do plan on picking up the game. I will check out the show in full, and if there is a toy line, didn't Hasbro get it? I think Hasbro got the Yokai Watch toy line, because it was funny because Bandai didn't get it. But whatever comes out for Yokai Watch, I will consider taking a look at for sure. Whatever it may be. So we'll pass that bridge when we get to it. But it is something that interests me because I know it is popular. So I will take a look at that. But that was about it for the other category. 6 is, would you be interested in seeing more non-review videos? 84% of you said yes. Cool. And I said, if yes, for question 7, if yes, what non-review content would you like to see most? And Rambles and Top 10s actually got a huge response. Toy hunting videos were mentioned. Toy hunting videos are really fun to do. Sometimes stores get really grumpy at you when you try to record in their store. I've had that happen. So I don't know if that's the wisest thing to do. But I might... See, Instagram doesn't let you do more than like 7-second videos. And I don't know how long Twitter video lets you do. But I might record some toy hunts when I can and put them on my Facebook page. That is something I might do. But as for them going up on YouTube, probably not going to happen. Because I want to keep my channel as kind of clean as possible. So that I had a second channel for vlogs and toy hunt videos way back. And then gameplay videos, and that channel died. But I don't really want to bring toy hunting videos as a regular thing to the channel, but it is something that I've been considering for my Facebook page or for Twitter or something like that. Collection tour is not going to happen. My room looks nice from this angle because the only thing I think you can see is that shelf right there that looks full outside of that little cubby right there. And what the hell else can you see? What's behind me on that? Oh, some LBXs over there. So it looks nice from this angle, but if I were to move the camera over to where the TV and stuff is, it's just boxes and mess everywhere. You don't want to see it at all. So collection tour will not happen. And unless I get everything perfectly how I want it, collection tour will probably not happen when I live in this house, because there's not enough room for what I want to display. So it probably won't happen. But Q&As were mentioned. I was supposed to do one several months ago and then last month. But that didn't happen because I'm an awful person. But I will try to be doing that again. So basically, Q&As, top 10s, and rambles all got a good amount of votes. I got one that just said, do what Black Nerd does, which would be really fun. I love his videos. I love Andre. But I don't know, that's not really my style, I guess. I'm not funny. I am not Shuko and Shinobi comedy because I am not entertaining at all. But rambles is something that I can definitely bring back because that was just me talking a lot. So I have no problem with bringing rambles back. It was just more of a time thing. I didn't have a whole lot of time before to do them. Same with top 10s, which I guess would just be a different version of a ramble. The only thing about rambles and top 10s and stuff is that a lot of people that do top 10s do pretty graphics. They're like, oh, look at this. My favorite Pokemon is Magmar. And they show... I swore just there. I hopefully will bleep that out. And so that takes a lot of like time and knowledgeable stuff with editing. And my editing knowledge is very basic. So the reason I brought rambles on were because I just plastered a picture on the screen and talked over it. But if people don't mind that being a thing, if people don't mind me just talking over a picture, static picture on the YouTube thing, if that's what y'all want, I can do that. And I have no problem with that. Same with top 10s. I can put a picture up there. It won't be fancy or anything like that. But it is, I hear you guys, and I am interested in definitely doing more non-review videos, because you people seem to want it quite a bit, and I think they're fun to do. So, okay, for question 8, I asked, so what makes you stick around to my channel? A lot of people said my reviewing style they really enjoy. And then a couple people said that I was really consistent with my videos. My style never really changes. I'm really consistent about hitting all the same points and stuff like that. And then a lot of people just said me, my personality. They like my personality. That really touched me, honestly. I don't think I'm that cool or good or anything. I think very negative of myself, honestly. So that honestly really touched me. I appreciate that quite a bit. To know that people watch me for me and not just because of what I do is very touching. So thank you very much. I do appreciate that quite a bit. I pulled a couple of the responses out here just because I did want to read them because I thought they were fun. So I don't... Everything was anonymous, so I don't know anyone's names. If you want to come out and say, hey, that was me, go ahead in the comments below. That's fine. But the way you're concise and get to the point in your reviews, you're also a real fan that's making a living off of what you enjoy. Not always easy, but you're honest and open with your subscribers. This is going to pop up fairly often, but being open is the only way that I know how to function. I don't particularly like hiding anything from you guys because my life and how I feel is reflected in all of my videos because I'm not a terrific actor at all. So if I'm having a bad day or not enjoying something, it's going to come through in my videos, and I want you guys to know why. So that's kind of why I say as much as I do on these. So that's why I admitted that I was in the hospital for a heart attack. And why I'm having problems with monies and stuff. So I'm like, that's going to come across anyway. And I would rather be upfront about it than to try to make anything up. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Super Sentai stuff. I'm not really getting out of it, even if I mock its failures. And to me, you're the best Sentai toy video guy. And finding a new guy I wouldn't hate would be hard. I know who that is. And I love you very much, Joey. Thank you. Next one said, upbeat personality, funny, relatable, feels like I know you, makes me smile on bad days. I'm glad I could make you smile. That's my goal here, is make people happy. Or make fun of people. Or just talk about toys. Or all of the above. Always go for all of the above. I love how you're an open book about everything, and you're a very nice and genuine person, and I give honest reviews, and I love that. I'm glad you give honest reviews, buddy. But once again, the open book thing came up, and I think it's going to pop up maybe one more time. Let's see. You seem like a genuine person. Seem being the key word. Who just wants to share something with the community. The reviews you produce are excellent and provide me with enough information of which I can decide if I would like to buy the product or not. Thanks for telling me I'm doing my job right. Probably the most objective reviews on PR toys on YouTube. Also, Midwestern sensibilities. Do you mean Midwestern like the fact that Michigan's a Midwestern state, or Midwestern as in like U.S., or... I don't know what you mean there exactly. But, objective is about all I know for PR, because you're either going to have the side of the spectrum that's like, Power Rangers is the best, or the side of the spectrum that says anything Bandai America produces is absolute crap. And I don't think that's fair, given the fact that the price points are so vastly different, that I just don't particularly think it's fair to do that, so I don't. The fact that you cover almost everything in a line, because I know that I can go to one channel and find everything I want. That's kind of my philosophy on things, is if you can't do it all, why do it at all? But I think that's what's getting me in a lot of weird positions with the money and everything, because I do get everything for a line. So that's kind of what's putting me in the little hole here. But it's a valid point. I do pretty much everything in a line, give or take. So that does make it easier for people. I understand that. I do understand that. So that is definitely something to consider. Your personality. You don't seem to hide who you are or what you like, and that really comes through in your content. Thank you. Just the way you review in general, you claim to ramble a lot, but it adds some life to the reviews, and I really like that. That is a good point, I suppose. I end up ejecting a lot of me into a lot of my videos, whereas some reviewers or something might be really just subjective and straight to the point. It's like, this is this toy, it does this, I think it's okay, bye. And I don't particularly like to do that. I like to be as fun as I can. At least I try to be. So question 9, question, I can talk right, I think. It's late. Question 9 was, if you could change anything to my channel or add anything to my channel, what would it be? A lot of you guys were really not helpful and said nothing, which I guess is a huge compliment, so thank you. But, there was a lot of nothing in that, in those answers. So, like I said, I guess that's a compliment, so thank you. But some of you did say some things, so I will read those right now. The first one I pulled out was, with all due respect, I honestly believe you should only review things that you like and know about. Sometimes it can be quite hard to hear you talk about things that you barely know. The last time I remember that happening was probably the Halo sprue kits, because I didn't know who Gabriel and Sarah were, because I hadn't played Halo 4, or whatever ones they're in. That was the last time I remember that happening. Besides maybe the Ultraman Gengaspark review, perhaps? Maybe? I don't know. I pretty much know everything about the stuff I review, so if you are watching and have a specific sort of example, there we go. Please let me know. I'm just curious. I'm not saying you're wrong or anything like that. I'm really more or less just curious, because I like to be as knowledgeable as I can about what I'm doing, for sure. Post-season look-backs on particular season's products, what worked, what you enjoyed, and what things were a disappointment. We kind of do this in the podcast, not really, and that's actually a really good idea that I really am for. So expect that to be a thing. Expect that to pop up when Drive is done, And when Ninja is done, I usually do those for the seasons. I did not end up doing one for ToQger because I ended up talking about ToQger. I don't know, Gaim. Gaim, I didn't do one because I ended up talking about Gaim like 4 different times on different podcasts. So I was kind of just tired of talking about how awesome Gaim was. And I didn't do one for ToQger because I figured it would just me complaining that I was really bored with it until the end. Which happened with Ghost Sager too. But anyway. So I usually did seasons discussions on here. But I hadn't lately. But I like the idea of kind of a toy wrap-up for each season. So that is something that I will definitely try to do. I think that's a good idea, and I think it'd be fun. So expect that to happen pretty soon for Drive, because Drive is probably wrapping up within a couple months. So we shall see. More videos, more of your personality. You're an awesome person to just sit back and listen to. Thanks. I'm already pushing out like a video a day in some instances, so I can't really say more videos, but I'll try. I'll see what I can do. More integration with the me on that show is definitely normal me, for sure. But I try, just like, I mean, I work for CS Toys, but outside a tiny little banner thing, in my end card, I don't really do a whole lot with CS Toys on my channel, and for that same thing, outside a little banner on the end card, I don't do a whole lot with RR on my channel, because I want them to be separate things. I don't want anything that happens on the podcast to influence the way that my brand as a channel is seen, and vice versa. I want these things to be separate, and I don't really know how to get better integration with a reviewing channel with a podcast about a bunch of dicks talking about nonsense. So I don't really know what exactly we're getting at there, but it's just not anything I really want to do. Better presentation. I don't know if you were talking about like me talking or like visual presentation. If you're talking about visual presentation, I absolutely freaking agree with you. I don't like the way that my videos look. They're just not that good. They're very static. They're very one-angled. I don't change the angles. I don't cut a whole lot. Everything that I do is very simple. And I think that's just how I do things, because it's a quantity over quality sort of thing, perhaps. I want to get the products out as fast as I can, I think. And that is kind of what comes back to bite me in the butt. Because, like I said, I agree. I don't like the way that my videos are presented, but it's kind of this thing where I'm set and I can't think of any other way. But it is something that I'm definitely going to try to improve on over the course of this year. Because I do agree, it needs a lot of work. It definitely needs better lights. I'm using freaking desk lamps, and it bothers me. Perhaps add subtitles for the Japanese phrases, like from the transformation devices, etc. Just the phrases. Yeah. That is something I did quite a while. For quite a while, rather. And a lot of the toys ended up just started spewing English, and so I stopped. But that is something I could definitely do, and I don't know why I don't do it. More often than not, I work on a video before it shows up in the show, and my translation ability with Japanese is very subpar. So I end up not knowing exactly how to phrase what it translates into. And then I also don't want to stick to one thing and then have Overtime do something different. And then everyone's like, oh, it's not that, it means this. It wasn't the subs. And I don't really want that to happen either. So we'll see, but that is something that I can definitely do, and I apologize for not really doing it these past couple times. So we'll see what we can do. If not actually subs in the video, Perhaps doing subtitles with the YouTube system. I don't know how that works exactly, but that is a thought. Candy toys would be fun to see more of. The Rider minifigures and the Sentai Mini Plot would be a cool addition to the channel. It's also a cheaper alternative to even the entire Kokon series and Sentai Mechs and stuff. I've thought about that actually because it is something that no English-speaking reviewer really touches. There's a lot of people that do the Mini Plot, but like the what's Drive's version of those little minifigures? I don't know. Gaim had basically an arms change thing, except it was really tiny. So that is definitely what I've thought of, especially with the 66 actions and stuff doing fairly decent. For now, I'm just going to stick to the 66 actions. I'm not going to branch out too far, but it is a thought for sure. There's a couple little Kamen Rider lines that I thought were pretty neat. But it's something to think about. If I don't do next year's Rider gimmick figures, their candy toy versions might be something I'll consider. We'll see. But I do appreciate that input. I'd remove the subscription box videos because these are all over the internet and really just there to inform you of a list of merchandise in a box, and it really isn't even a review. I have quit Loot Crate. So I'm down to Fanny Pack, 1-Up Box, and Arcade Block. So I'm down to 3 now. Fanny Pack and 1-Up Box are sponsored. I received those from those companies to unbox on camera on my channel. And I don't feel right saying no to free stuff. So those two will definitely be something I continue to do. Arcade Block is going to be something that I continue to get. For sure, because I love Arcade Block. But the quickness to get it on the channel will definitely be slim, and they'll always go up on a weekend, on a Saturday or Sunday, so I don't interfere with the weekly video schedule at all. So that's how I'm handling subscription boxes from now on. So they're not going away, just how I present them is a little bit different. I'll only say to keep your focus on Toku-related stuff. There are many channels that already focus on other toys like TMNT or Pokemon. Also, I kind of don't watch your unboxing videos. I bet there are people who do watch them, but I think there would be also people who cares more about the reviews. Like I said, all unboxing videos are going to happen outside of vlogs. Vlogs will happen during the week. But the subscription box unboxings and probably the Pokemon boxes, unboxings as well, will always happen on the weekend to not interfere with the reviews during the week. So that is how I do plan things. A Pokemon TCG video will probably only go up in the middle of the week if I'm in a bind and need a video to go up that day. Then I will resort to a Pokemon TCG video. But other than that, they will probably always pop up on the weekends. So, hooray. As for the other things like TMNT and Pokemon toys, we'll get to that shortly, I think. But TMNT wasn't hugely wanted in the earlier question, but it is something I got a lot of views on. But I ultimately backed out of it because Jedimon Kevin was doing turtle videos. And so I didn't really want, just like I never did Ben 10 videos, I didn't want to step on his territory because just out of respect, he's my buddy, and I wanted him to get as many views as possible. So I didn't end up doing anything TMNT after the first wave, except for the half-shell heroes I picked up, because I didn't think he was going to get those. And I told my mom I would. She told me to review them, so I did. And Pokemon, there's a different question here. I'll get to Pokemon in a little bit, but there's other people that focus on Toku, too. So, it's kind of a catch-22 there. A more frequent upload schedule. Bro, I already put up a video almost every single day for the past 3 weeks. So I don't know how more frequent you want, but I will post every day forever, I guess. I don't know. I pulled that one out to just call you out. You used to do more Pokemon stuff. Here it is. You used to do more Pokemon stuff, which is how I found your channel. I like to see that come back. That's actually not the one I was thinking of. I will answer that question shortly in a comment from question 10. Be more animated and enthusiastic when doing reviews. New. I think it's supposed to be new. New filming direction could benefit you. Again, I don't know what direction you're talking about, if you're talking about like angles or like a new direction to presentation or what. But again, I agree. I do think my videos are boring. So that is definitely something. Being more animated and enthusiastic, it's hard when you're just reviewing a toy. It's not a whole lot to get excited about. I'm not that kind of person, and I don't want to fake it. I don't want to fake excitement because I'm bad at it. I don't want to sit there and go, oh my god, this toy is so great. Look at this remote. It's got beautiful colors and the buttons make squishy sounds. Because I'm not like that. I could, I guess. I just did, but I don't know why I went with squishy sounds. But whatever. Basically, it's me talking. I'm not going to act how I am not how I am not presenting my... Whatever. You get the gist of it. I am me, and I cannot be anyone besides me. Crossovers with different reviewers. I did a couple with Awesome, and those are very hard to coordinate. They're very hard to coordinate. At least they were for us, but everything's hard for us. So I don't plan on really doing any sort of crossovers. If you're in the same room, that's a lot easier, but trying to coordinate something when you're in two completely different locations is actually really hard to do, especially when you're doing reviews of toys. So that's a little bit difficult for me. Maybe a little bit more of playing with the toys, like swap parts, like the Zord Builder or something. It would be cool, a video just for silly stuff with it. Ha 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 ha. Check out the Mix and Morph videos. Anything related to Mix and Morph, I'm definitely going to dedicate a portion of that video to building something stupid. For sure. Zord Builder, I agree. It's something I should focus on. But those videos always run long anyway, so I end up not really focusing a whole lot on the Zord Builder demonstrations. But that is something I could definitely do in a video. I got enough Zord Builder toys now to probably make a pretty fun video, but I will acknowledge that for sure. It would be helpful if you put all the videos relating to one category into playlists. It would be helpful. Even if it's as simple as just Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Pokemon, and other, it would be helpful. I agree. I've been attempting to do that for probably over a year now, and it still hasn't happened. Surprise, because I'm awful at doing anything productive. So that will happen in the future. That will definitely happen. I have playlists set up, but they haven't been updated in probably over a year. So I will probably just delete all those playlists and start from scratch and organize everything as best I can. So we'll see what happens there. But I acknowledge that for sure, and that is something I'll work on. We have stop reviewing subscription boxes or stop reviewing Pokemon-related items and just stick to Kamen Rider and Sentai and PR Legacy items only, as that more interesting to watch than anything else. That is your opinion. I apologize for the squeaky chair, by the way. Yeah, that is definitely your opinion. Especially since I had a lot of people wanting more Pokemon. So, conflicting opinions. And everything Power Rangers gets better views, regardless. So, reviewing only the Legacy items would be really stupid for me. Just saying. If you collect it, I would love to see TMNT stuff on your channel. Bruno does stuff very rarely, and that always gets me excited, so a more consistent reviewer would be awesome. Again, I backed out of TMNT stuff so that Kevin could get it, but he's been really swamped with his family life, so he hasn't really got to it either. I'll see what I can do. I have everything that I wanted from the TMNT line that's been released thus far, so I have a lot of product, so that's not a problem. But again, it's a time thing for sure. And the last one I pulled out is if I could add anything, I'd add more viewers. You deserve more than what you have. That was amazing. Thank you. I have a lot of subscribers. and I acknowledge that. My view counts are not parallel to my subscriber count. So my subscriber count's at like 65,000 or something, and my view count averages probably around 5 to 10,000. So there isn't a direct correlation there. Usually view counts are actually higher than your subscriber count, not vice versa. So I don't know if I just have a huge flux of inactive subscribers or what, but the numbers don't quite add up in my situation. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that quite a bit. If you want to add more viewers, spread the word. Show your friends me, or something. Something weird like that. Alright, we've been doing this forever. A free question. If you have any comments or concerns, feel free to drop them here. There was a lot of just thank yous for doing what you do. And you're very welcome. I love this. I love this a lot. I love doing videos. So you're very, very welcome. It's what I'm passionate about. It's what I enjoy doing. And my eyes are watering, and that's awful. So one of the comments was, keep doing what you're doing. You've gotten me through some pretty rough times, and I'm forever grateful. Something as simple as making a person smile when they thought they couldn't is worth more than you could ever imagine. Just please know that you've made a significant impact to my life, and if you're ever down, remember this. Whether it's a review or the podcast, having you and your friends around and talking about something crazy and making me smile, I think, is a part of my life that I cherish. Even though I'm usually a silent listener / watcher, I'm appreciative nonetheless. Thank you, Shuki. Again, you're absolutely welcome. That is incredibly touching, and I'm probably going to save that in that document to look at it when I get down, because that's great. Thank you. Thank you for that, anyway. Honestly, your channel is the go-to channel for Toku stuff. I'm glad I found this channel. You're awesome. Thanks, guy or gal, person. I would not call me the go-to for Toku. I would point you in the direction of any Japanese reviewer for that. But I do appreciate that quite a bit. I know it must be rough in your situation right now, but it makes me happy to see you're still remaining hopeful and joyous in this time, even if it's hard to do. Thank you for thinking of your fans before you make big changes, but if life stuff needs to get done, please get it done first. That's what this was all about, was wanting to get your guys' input on everything. So that's... I don't want to do anything without that would upset you guys. Because I wouldn't be where I am without you guys. And so I don't want to do anything that would make you guys upset. Or at least most of you upset. I know it's hard to make everyone happy. Absolutely. So at least most of you not upset. So I do acknowledge that. And you guys mean the world to me. Absolutely. The whole entire frickin' earth is you guys. So I don't want to do anything that would be drastic, and I want to kind of have a discussion with everyone, and this was the best way of doing it. So you're very welcome, I suppose. Alright, how much time does it usually take to film and plan a review? I don't put a lot of thought in anything. I just hit the button and go. But I usually have, when I'm first opening a toy and I play with it for a little bit, I usually make a bullet point list of the features of the toy and the points that I want to make, either regarding the design or the functionality. So I always have that with me to make sure I hit all those bullet points. But outside of that, I don't script anything, just because even if I script it, I think I'd mess up just as much. So I just figure, why bother? As for how much time it takes, filming would take however long the video is. So if it's a 15-minute video, then it would take 15 minutes plus probably about double that. So I would say probably about a half hour to film, because there's always mess ups, multiple takes, possibly repeating the entire thing, prep time, and all that. So you're looking at least twice as long as the video. Editing usually takes about, not twice as long, but probably about 10 minutes more than the video. because I have to put the end card in and the intro and the edits and everything. So it at least 10 to 15 minutes extra for editing plus the length of the video. Uploading, I don't really count. The blog post takes probably maybe... The picture editing and the blog post entry probably takes about a half hour. So for a 15-minute review, you're looking at, for me, the way I do my productions, will take probably about 2.5 to 3 hours altogether. So not a whole lot, at least compared to actual people who put work into things. Would you get on a U.S. pre-cured toy line as some sort of a lull and see how it goes if Saban actually did something with it finally? I don't think Saban's doing anything with it. Glitter Force died. It died with Power Rider. But if there was a U.S. pre-cured toy line, I probably would attempt it. Same thing with Yokai Watch and the Digimon line and stuff. When anything's brought over here, it's a lot easier to get a hand on things and buy complete lines. So, yeah, sure. As long as they weren't just, like, strictly dolls or something like that, I'd probably take a look at it. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, man, but there are two things that you do that bug me. First off, your grammar in general sometimes really drives me up a wall. So just be aware of what you're saying and how you are saying it. There's nothing wrong in public speaking with taking a pause to gather your thoughts before you speak. I don't know if you do this, but maybe have a bullet point outline of what you want to say before you start might be helpful with that. I do have a bullet point list, but it is a very short bullet point list that just has a couple words on it, like talk about design or don't like lights or something like that. It is very simple bullet point lists. I speak the way I speak because I am me, and I cannot speak any other way than the way I speak. If it is grammatically incorrect, blame Canada. No. I don't know. I don't know many people that speak grammatically correct. It is casual speak. Like I said, I don't script everything, so it's going to end up like that, and I'm not going to script things. I might get to the point where I script the end ramble, because I do want to iron that out quite a bit. I'm not really happy with how sort of rambly those are. And maybe script the intro, because again, I don't like how those are, but the middle portion of the review is never going to get scripted. And so if there's things that I say or say wrong, I do apologize. Absolutely, I do apologize that you don't like it. But I can't change me. So that's all I can say for that. Second, it annoys me. Speaking of grammar, it annoys me when you say English words with a Japanese accent. It is a pet peeve of mine, and you do it a lot. A lot? Baron is one of those instances where I do it a lot because I'm just saying everything else Japanese. And Baron just kind of comes out that way. There was a point, I'm glad you didn't know me then. There was a point in my life where, because of how hard I was studying Japanese in high school, that I would start saying English words with Japanese inflections, like really. That was an awful time in my life. I don't like that time at all. I don't know what other words you're possibly referring to. Baron is the only one that comes to mind instantly when I think of that, because I know that is something I do and I just can't really help it. That's what comes out. Ninja and ninja something I do also, just because I think ninja sounds better than ninja, and the way it's pronounced in Japanese is ninja, so the ja just sort of makes more sense. I do realize I'm English, but I'm kind of curious more than anything. That's actually more or less why I pulled this out, was because I don't have good recollection at all. I don't. And I would like examples, if there is any, that you can think of. So again, he said, not only personal, man, I'm just trying to give constructive criticism. You put constrictive criticism, actually, which is not correct. But no, I'm not offended at all. I'm not offended at all. No way. But I'm just curious more than anything if there's examples of anything. And like it has a lot to do with being surrounded by Japanese so much. All of my business has to really do with Japan. So a lot of what they say ends up with what I say. And the accent thing can just sort of happen sometimes. And sometimes I don't even really mean it to. But Baron just sort of comes out as opposed to barren. Because when I say barren, I think of like a barren wasteland. So, like I said, that's the only one I can really think of off the top of my head. So if you have any other examples, please let me know. But again, I'm not offended at all. Please don't think I'm offended or mad at you or anything like that. I'm more or less just really curious. But again, I apologize that you feel that way and that it really makes you angry or whatever. But like I said, I can't change me. It's not like I can go like, oh, I'll stop doing that. Because I know I won't. I know me. And I know I won't. So I do apologize. Next we have, I really love you channel. But I think it lacks regarding Pokemon. Also, I know you used to do Pokemon Tomy figures. This was the one I was talking about earlier. Figure reviews, and I'm wondering what happened to those. I know new waves and new Pokemon are available. I'd love to see more of those. Anyway, thanks for reading. Stay awesome. I will try to stay awesome. I will try. But regarding the Pokemon Tomy figures, I didn't like how they were being released. It got really messy. Because you would have like 4 packs with guys in it, and then 3 packs with guys in it. Excuse me, and then 2 packs with guys in it. Sometimes those guys... Well, I've been talking way too long. Sometimes those guys in the 4 packs were also available in the 2 packs, which were also in some of the 3 packs. And by buying everything, you got multiples. And I don't like Takara Tomi's prices on those. I feel like they charge way too much for a little tiny figure. It was like $7 for 2 or something like that. It got to the point where I needed to cut something, and that was the easiest thing for me to cut because I was getting really frustrated with the way that they were producing them. If they're available like they were in Japan, where it was pretty much all just singly available figures, I'd probably be all for it. I'd probably pick them all up. But when they're in these 2 packs and 3 packs and collectible 4 packs and everything, it became too much to try to figure out what was going on. And so I just sort of gave up. The Zukon line was something I still wanted to do. I picked up the 3rd set, but still haven't reviewed it. I don't know if the 4th set ever came out. I haven't heard anything from the Zukon line thus far. So I need to go investigate a little bit. But if there is a 4th set, I will pick it up and I will try to take a look at those. I would love to do more Pokemon toys, but like I said, just the only thing Tomy's really releasing over here is the Monster Collection figures. And like I said, I don't like the way that they're releasing them, and I don't particularly have the funds or the time to follow the Japanese line and try to get everything there. So it's just kind of something I gave up on. But thanks for letting me know that more Pokemon stuff is wanted, at least by a few people. I do appreciate that. And then lastly, can you please just review Sentai or Rider stuff only, as Pokemon or subscription boxes are no relevant. Plus, I would like to see review more rare or premium stuff, plus maybe do a weekly review on each new ep of Sentai and Rider to get your thoughts on it. Okay, one step at a time. Pokemon or subscription boxes are no relevant. Pokemon is relevant always, because that's just life rule. Pokemon is relevant to anyone that likes Pokemon. Subscription boxes are relevant to people who like those. Just because they're not relevant to you doesn't mean they're not relevant to other people. And I got lots of people that I need to cater to. So I do appreciate your input, for sure. But to say they're not relevant, I think is incorrect. I'd like to see review more rare or premium stuff, please. Or no, just premium stuff. I do as much of the premium stuff as I can. I'm almost caught up on the Gaim Premium stuff. And I do have Drive's Premium stuff right now on order. So I can't do much more than that. I do need to do the Sentai Artisan toys, though. I do need to do those. And then a weekly review on each new ep of Sentai and Rider to get your thoughts on it. Listen to the podcast. I voice all my thoughts on the podcast, and I usually don't have the patience to voice them again. I might be, in one of the rambles, I might do a quarterly sort of ramble on each season that's currently airing, but doing it weekly, I don't think I could tolerate. For Power Rangers, I do a weekly Ranger recap or review, weekly Ranger review, that's what it's called, on the Tokusatsu Network. So if you're into Power Rangers, do check that out. I don't do any Sentai or Rider episode writing for them. Just because that would be way too much for me to do in a week. But like I said, listen to the podcast. I voice my thoughts every week on the podcast. So if you're really curious, check those out. Additionally, Twitter and Facebook, I usually always post something about the episode at some point during the week. So I do it there as well. But like I said, I'll probably try to do a quarterly sort of season review as the episodes are airing, but as it stands, I'm not going to do one for weekly. No, that would just be way too much for me to do. So that is that. Oh, this lasted so long, and I do apologize that for anyone that's still here, thank you. For sure. This video might end up getting split between the unboxing and the actual discussion here. I'm not sure yet. So whatever happened, I suppose. Thank you to everyone who did take the survey. I greatly appreciated this. Helped me a lot. I probably will wait until next vlog to announce anything. Because at this point, I just don't know. Like I said, I'm going to finish out Drive. I'm going to finish out Ninja for sure. The next Rider, we'll have to see what happens. I might skip it. I might not. Now looking at this data, I know that there is quite a push for Rider, even though the analytics don't show it at all. So it's kind of a weird back and forth thing, but we'll see when the new Rider stuff hits. When those toy catalogs come out, I'll make a final decision about everything then. So for now, don't expect a whole lot of change. Just because I have a lot of backlog I want to get through. So I want to keep trying to tackle these sort of review a day during the week, Monday through Friday, sort of things, just because it's the only way I'm going to get through this whole backlog. So I would like to keep trying to tackle that, and then once the backlog finally settles, I'm happy at where we're at, I will definitely start trying to plan more rambles, top 10s, Q&As, things like that. Those things that you wanted to see. I'll pick a day, and I'll dedicate one day a week to a video that's not a review, maybe Friday. We'll see. So I hopefully by June or July, something around there, hopefully have all this backlog tackled and we can start moving the channel forward. So we shall see what is happening. My camera battery light is blinking after recording for 15 minutes straight. And that is that. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me all these years. Thanks for sticking with me the past almost an hour. I'm tired of talking and I want to go to sleep. So thanks for watching. Take care and have a great one. Bye.